Welcome back to the channel, guys. I got a lot of news to talk about, starting off with the Alien TV series to be coming out next year, and we have an update for the sequel for the 1995 Heat that's directed by Michael Mann. Kevin Feige has talked about the MCU and the X-Men. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the reboot, is coming up, and I gotta talk about the plot or possible plot for that. Conjuring, the last Conjuring movie, the fourth one, will be coming out next year. I got an update with that. Final Destination 6, I know what's gonna happen for the accident, so to speak, the opening scene. We can talk about that. And Chucky news, season 4, plus a bunch more. Let's do this.
Is this heaven? No. It's Iowa.
Near Lake Okoboji.
Oka what?
Boji. Okoboji.
Okay, so let's start off with some Alien TV news. So we all know that the Alien TV series will be coming out next year. But what we have knowing right now is it's actually going to be called Alien Earth. And it's something that I absolutely love. So if you're not familiar with the Alien TV series that'll be coming out next year, this has nothing to do with Alien Romulus that'll be coming out August 16th. I know that movie has gained a lot of traction lately, which is in a positive way. The final trailer looks amazing. HULU, Disney, you know, they've done really well when it comes to taking this IP from like Fox when they bought out the whole Fox thing. You know, the X-Men. Well, part of that was the whole Alien franchise, Hellraiser, and Predator. So far with HULU, they brought back that Hellraiser movie, which wasn't the greatest, but I thought it was actually really good. Because for me, I wasn't much of a Hellraiser fan. It was just too much gore for me. It's just like, you know, I need something more than just the gore. And this brought it back to the point where it was really watchable. And what they did with the Predator franchise with Prey was really excellent. They got away from the timeline. It was a prequel, the Native Americans, back to the roots. I thought it was the best movie since the original. Absolutely love it. I'm a big Predator fan. Along with Predator is the Aliens. So like I said, they're making the Romulus movie, but that movie takes place in between the first and the second movie, Alien and Aliens. This TV series is going to be 300 years before the original movie, even before Prometheus and Covenant. It's going to be before that. And the cool thing about this is it's on Earth. And that's where they get the title Alien Earth. So the only thing about Alien and Predator ever being on Earth, I take it back, not Predator, but just Alien itself. The only time it's ever been on Earth, if you ever thought about it, was the sequel for Alien vs. Predator's Prequel. Because the first one, the second one, they were all in space. Third one was in prison. I don't even know where that was at. Fourth one, Resurrection. That was, you know, space. Just terrible movie. Prometheus, Covenant, other planets. So AVP, Alien vs. Predator, the only times they've ever been on Earth, and at least like the first one, you know, that's Antarctica. It's not even like dealing with civilian people. The sequel that dealt with civilian people, so that's where this TV series is going to be dealing with. I absolutely love it. And the cool casting about this one that I love is Timothy Olyphant. You know, he was in the remake of The Crazies. Crap more other movies, but absolutely love it. Another update about this is the filming has wrapped. Just not too long ago, they filmed it, was done, they're wrapped, so now they're in post-production. Again, this is 2025. We're not going to see any of this year because Alien Romulus is doing really good with a lot of traction. They don't want to be their own competition, so we're not going to see any of this stuff till after Romulus has like went to theaters, they've been in there for a while, they've done their thing, and then we're going to start seeing the TV stuff. So it'll be a little bit, but really good update so far with the Alien TV series. If you love action movies, especially the 90s, you're going to love the 1995 Michael Mann's Heat. You know, with Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer. It was like that iconic scene of Al Pacino and Robert De Niro when they come face to face for the very first time ever on screen. And that was so pivotal. But this is one of the best bank robberies, just point of view. And the gun scene at the very end, that's actually them shooting the guns. That's not sound effects, that's the sound of it. That's why it makes it so unique. And we're getting a sequel to this, finally. This is like Michael Mann's passion project. So Michael Mann, you know, he's also done like, what was it, The Last of the Mohicans, and a crap more other movies. But this is something that I've been wanting to watch, the sequel, for a long time. I'm sure a lot of people have been. But only if he's done it himself and done correctly. And with the original movie, one thing that stood out was just the depth of the casting. You can probably see 15 names and faces on there where there are very prominent names, very prominent faces. And with this sequel, it better be something along that line. Since so far we've heard rumors of like Austin Butler and Adam Driver being in this, and they've all been asked, and no one's like, I can't talk, you know, the whole Hollywood, I can't confirm or deny. But so far, those are the two leading names, and I think they'll be right up there. I can see Adam Driver, you know, being the good guy, and Austin Butler being the bad guy, but I can also see him being other way around. But I'm excited about this. I love the heat, and I know Michael Mann, he has come out saying he wants to start filming, you know, end of this year, early 2025. So this looks like a possibility of a 2025 summer release, if not a fall for 2025, if he gets it going. But it sounds like he wants to, and he's putting a lot of effort into it. So there's a good, decent chance we're going to start hearing a lot more about this here soon. And I heard rumors something about a prequel to the original movie. That's a whole nother thing I need to look into, but keep an eye out for that also. But that is the update for the sequel for Heat 2. Maxine just came out July 5th. That's the third movie in the whole Ty West trilogy, you know, with X. Pearl that came out in 2022. And now we got the third installment with Maxine. Rumor is Kid Cudi kind of hinted at this, that it might not be over yet. And he, you know, might be the next direction in this franchise, because why would you give up so soon on these three movies? Were so pivotal and just giving a breath, like a fresh breath there, and horror genre for us fans today is something new and is a throwback at the same time. Let's keep it going. Why not? And the Kid Cudi, his character in X, he was a Vietnam two-time tour vet, and he's saying that kind of like the wink face, like, hey, this might be in a new spin-off direction and I'm gonna be the character, bring me back. I like that. I like that because you can explore the Vietnam. I don't know if it's be him during it, in between, or after, leading up to X, so kind of a prequel to X, which would be a sequel to Pearl. Yeah, a little confusing, but essentially it would be taking place in between Pearl and X, leading more toward X. I like the idea, because the three movies was with Maxine, and it was all, you know, Mia Goth. Love Mia Goth. It's all about her, but now let's shift it a little bit, bring it back, shift it a little bit, and do a little spinoff. Why not? Let's see what happens, because this is a movie you can make for $10 million and come out making $30-40 million. Double, triple your money. Why not? And us fans enjoy this stuff, but only if Ty West has his hand in this, because it's his style. If you throw another director in there, it's just give me his. It's like another spin-off, you know, slash. We need a Ty West effect. So unless he's not directing, he's like the executive producer. He's there every day, telling what to do. I'm cool with that. But another spin-off for X, I'm down for that. Oh, Kevin Costner. He, you know, came out with Horizon Saga Chapter 1, and it initially started out like it was like $12 million it made, and don't forget, it cost them $100 million to make this movie. So it cost them $100 million to make Chapter 1. They already made Chapter 2 that's going to be coming out August 16th, and they're currently making Chapter 3. So the first movie, as of right now, like the box office, it actually slowly crept up a little bit and is right at $32 million. So $32 million for not even $100 million budget. But this is what I want to talk to you about. The update is, like I said, Chapter 2 is coming out August 16th. Yeah, that got canceled. That's the news. So they took Chapter 2 off the board, and it looks like, dude, what's going to happen? The reason why is because Kevin Costner wants more people to watch the first movie. Makes sense. If people aren't going to watch the first movie, they're not going to watch the second movie. Get it? So rumor is Netflix is kind of throwing their hat out there to kind of save Kevin Costner, as in like, hey, we're going to help you financial, you know, to make number 3 and number 4. Yeah, like I said, they're in the middle of making Chapter 3, and they still can make Chapter 4. So Netflix is like, look, we'll throw you some money to make Chapter 3, Chapter 4, and what we want in return is you take Chapter 2, 3, and 4, splice it up, and let's make this a Yellowstone type TV series, because Netflix has always wanted their Yellowstone own TV series on their stuff, and right now this is a great chance to throw the money in on something that's already 3/4 of the way done, because they already started filming on 3, like I said, almost 2 months ago. So that third movie should be getting done by now. So that's 3 out of 4 movies already done. Right there, you can just splice that up, do what you want, you know, one episode at a time. I would absolutely watch it. I would. I would at least give it a chance. I would absolutely give it a chance, and I already have Netflix, so why not? It doesn't cost me an extra penny. I think it's a win-win for us audience. We get to watch it. It helps Kevin Costner because he's also threw, I think, $30 million of his own money, at least in the first movie, to make this stuff. This is his passion project. It's been around since like the 80s, early 90s that he's been wanting to do this. And a lot of people think like Taylor Sheridan took some of this element that Kevin Costner wanted for his film and put it into his 1883 TV series, which I love. 1883. Absolutely one of the best TV series I've seen in the last 10 years, hands down. But yeah, that is the update so far with Horizon Saga Chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, Kevin Feige, he is, you know, the main dude for MCU, and everyone knows all that stuff. He's pretty much the badass producer. He's actually, I just learned today, he's getting the Hollywood Star, so well deserved. No doubt about that. A few updates. So I want to talk about Spider-Man 4, the Russo brothers, some X-Men, and Avenger 5 stuff. Spider-Man 4, the update is, and again, this is all coming from Kevin Feige himself, directly so. No rumors, none of this BS stuff, but he is saying that right now with Spider-Man 4 is the writers are working on a draft to send him. That is exactly where we are right now. We have no director. We don't know any villains. We don't know anyone else besides, obviously, Tom Holland. We don't know if it has anything to do with Sony. We don't know if we're going to bring back any of the Tobey Maguire, any Garfield Spider-Mans from the last movie. No clue. So that is the update. As of right now, they're currently writing it, and they're trying to send him the first draft. So that's where we're at with Spider-Man 4. The Russo brothers, it's been out for about, I think, 2 days now, that the Russo brothers are in talks to come back for Avengers 5 and 6, Secret Wars. So it's actually not what everyone's hearing. So yes, they are in talks, but there's nothing confirmed at all. There's nothing saying yes, they're in. Because Kevin Feige pretty much said like next week he's going to be talking to someone else. So he is in no rush at picking the names. They might be the front runners, absolutely. But as of right now, there is nothing confirmed that the Russo brothers are getting the job. So hit pause and let's talk about some X-Men stuff. So Kevin Feige was talking about the X-Men because they are now slowly going to be starting making their way in, starting with the Deadpool Wolverine. That's going to open the door for that. He is saying where it comes to characters, we're going to have some that we have seen before and some we've never seen on screen before. So that's cool. I mean, it's kind of the James Gunn effect. You got to, like, the Guardians of the Galaxy is one of those, like, who are these strange little side characters? And I'm really happy that they're doing that with the X-Men, because me, I'm not really that much of a comic guy. It's pretty much everything I've seen on screen. It's all I know. So these new characters, I like that because I have really no idea. And the last thing we'll talk about is Avengers 5. So it came to Infinity Wars and Endgame. They pretty much got everyone in there. They somehow squeezed in every single character. It's not going to happen for Avengers 5. Kevin Feige is like, look, we're not going to have 100,000 characters in this movie. It's just impossible. So now they actually have to like legit go through and figure out who's in it, who's not going to be in it. So the new people that we've seen in Phase 4, do not expect them all to be in there. At least right now, it's not saying down the road they won't be, but for Avengers 5 and possibly 6, it looks like not everyone's going to be in it. That was introduced from Phase 4, which I'm totally cool with it. It makes sense. It's like sometimes less is better. So I'm cool that they're actually putting a line in the sand. It's like, okay, no, we're having so much and that's it. So I'm glad they're actually thinking about what they're going to do for that. All right, guys, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about some horror topics. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise reportedly is going to get a reboot. That is what I'm reading. That is what the rumors is. It's not much of a rumor. It's more of a leak. And if it's true, I'm cool with it. So let's talk about what is pretty much being talked about. So we all know that we had the last Texas Chainsaw Massacre that came out in 2020 from Fede Alvarez. That was on Netflix. And me, personally, I actually enjoyed it. The more I watch it, the more I just get like those woke people, just they get so offended. It's like, I just wish they all died, dude. And I got most of that correct. So, but besides that, I absolutely love the movie. I love the idea of how pretty much Leatherface, what happened in the original movie, went from that to this, and everything just kind of nothing happened. I like that because it kind of just takes away all the questions from 2, 3, and 4 and all the reboots and 3D and Leatherface. It just gets confusing. So I like how they did the Halloween effect of just the original and this. So it was really simple, easy. But now they're saying that they're not going to follow up on that sequel, because on the end of that movie, you had a post-credit of him going home to the original house, the original movie, which I absolutely loved. I was like, this is the best part of the movie, was I want to see the sequel for this. And it looks like we're not getting it. It looks like we're getting a reboot. And this is all coming from Sony, because Sony owns the rights. And they're saying that this next movie, the next reboot, is going to be a theatrical release. And it's called Texas Chainsaw Legacy. Interesting. Well, the one thing that it's like, really, are we going to do this again, is they're going to be based off the original movie from the 1974. Again, because you got to think about, we had the original timeline of the sequel, the third movie, and the fourth movie. They were all from the original. And then, of course, we had the reboot and the prequel of the reboot. That's irrelevant. But then we had the 3D, the Texas Chainsaw 3D, which was pretty much, you know, the original movie and then the 3D. That movie was fun. It's fun to watch, but it's complete garbage at the end of the day. Next, like I said, we had the Netflix, the 2022 movie. That was also a direct sequel from the original movie. So now, that's 3 different timelines coming off the original movie. And also we had the movie called Leatherface, which was a prequel to the original. So already we have 4 movies, 4 different timelines, with the original movie being the starting point or the end point, the main focus. So they're going back to that idea again. So this is going to be the 5th timeline that they're going to have the original movie, and then this new movie is going to be either before or after, most likely after. Because what the plot is, you have this Sawyer family with their, you know, property. It's poor, is run down, and right next to it is going to be a rich suburbia land full of rich people. So imagine you have rich, poor, and then that is going to be the line. And imagine you all these rich, spoiled kids just want to, you know, make their way over the Sawyer family to take a little peek over, and that's where you get the Sawyer family and Leatherface. So that is the premise of the reboot. I'm totally cool with it. I absolutely love that idea. And it sucks that we're not going to get a sequel to the Netflix movie, but if this is the route we're going to go, I'm down for that. I really am, because it sounds really fun, and nothing better than just killing some rich, spoiled kids, you know, with Leatherface. Conjuring 4, baby. We're finally getting the last Conjuring movie. Well, at least for a movie, because we're also going to get a TV series, so don't forget about that. But what I want to talk about is the Conjuring The Last Ritz. That's the name of the 4th movie that'll be coming out next year. So the rumor is the plot, you know, so like every Conjuring movie, they always take place around like a famous case. And the rumor is for this is taking place in the 80s in America, and it's going to be evolved around the Smurl haunting, which I had no idea what this was all about. I had to Google this, do a little research about this, and of course it's about a family in Pennsylvania from 1974 to 1989 that was possessed by demons in their house. And I guess for Ed and Lorraine Warren, yeah, there you go. This is one of the worst cases they had, or what I mean by worst case is that a lot of trouble. It took them a long time, and they still didn't resolve it. I don't know what you want to say resolved, but they, you know, had a big hand in this, and it was very profile, and I even had no idea. I had not a single clue about this until I did a little research. But I guess just by the research, you know, this family for about almost 15 years was just possessed, and stuff happened to their kids. And I'm not the true crime guy, so if you really want to dig into it, it's the Smurl case, SMURL case, and it's actually called the Smurl haunting. It has something to do with a mirror, you know, like the mirror on the wall. Yeah, something to do with the haunting of a mirror. So they start filming this actually at the end of the summer, early fall, and it's gonna be in London and here in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's going to be a September 2025 release date. Again, this is going to be the last Conjuring movie, but HBO Max has said that they're going to have a TV series. So I wonder if we're going to get any more Annabelle or the Nun, because Nun 2 was the last part of the universe that we had. I actually enjoyed Nun 1 and 2. I really do. I hope we get a third one. And I saw that there might be a connection from the Nun in the Conjuring 4, because I saw the casting and the chick, from the Nun 1 and 2, she is in this movie. So I'm really curious how they're going to tie that. And I've been hoping they were going to do that for the third one, but they kind of didn't. So, but yeah, that is the update for Conjuring 4, the last one. Final Destination 6, baby. Yeah! So we're going to get this movie coming out next year. I cannot wait. I absolutely love Final Destination movie. The first one is so iconic. The sequel is so solid. One of the best sequels for horror movies. And I still today, when I drive on the highway and I see a truck like that, I'm like, see you later. I go around. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is the opening scene, the accident scene. And it's not much of a spoiler because all this stuff is always in the trailer. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is not a spoiler. You're going to find out when the trailer pops out, okay? So let's take back and look at the first 5 movies, the actions, opening scenes. So the first movie was the iconic airplane scene. The second one was the highway car crash that I just talked about. Third one is one of my favorites, that roller coaster scene. And the fourth one, I was kind of surprised they did this because it's something where it's not high on my list, but it's a race track, like a NASCAR, but not so high, but a track scene like that. The fifth one I really liked was a bridge. And then the sixth one, the rumor is, and it actually turned out to be true, is the rumor was it's going to be a building. You're falling down. And so now it's confirmed that it's a restaurant. So it's like high-rise restaurant. Think of like the Space Needle in Seattle. There's a little restaurant up there. Imagine being up there and that falling down. So this movie is going to deal a lot with the fear of heights in the first scene. And I am absolutely terrified of heights. I am just the biggest bitch when it comes to that stuff. Hate it. And I've been up the Space Needle and it terrified me being up there, but well worth it. Anyway, there are a couple kills that are rumored to be in this, and something had to do with a lawnmower and an MRI machine. So let your imagination think about that. Tony Todd, his character has been in most of the Final Destination movies, and we're gonna get a backstory from his. I don't know if something's happened in that first scene, because what this movie is going to happen is the opening scene is going to be like in the 60s, I think, or 70s, but it's back in the day. And then the survivor is going to be present time, and these are going to be his grandkids and all that stuff. So it's that. Tony Todd, his character in the movie, we're going to get a lot of backstory of his origin and something to do with his mother too, I guess. So that might be in the first movie, but and if you really like the third movie, the roller coaster, I guess there's a callback or a throwback to that movie that you're gonna see and you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I love that, if you're a big fan of the third movie. But this is a sequel from the first 5 movies, so 1 through 5, and then this will be 6. So that, and like I said, the first scene might be like a early time set, but it's gonna come back to the present time eventually at some point. The last thing I want to talk about is there's a character that does something in this movie that has never been done before, and I cannot think about what the fuck that could be. So think about a character has, I don't know, it has to be something after they realize what death is and something to do with the timeline of death. So I'm really curious what the character does that has never been happened before. But that is the Final Destination 6 update. I would not be surprised if we see a trailer for this. It's still going to be, I would say, around Halloween. Halloween would be a good time because this is a 2025 release date. They're in no hurry. But yeah, that is the update for File. Scary Movie 6, man. I absolutely love the first couple scary movies. 3 is okay, 4, 5, 6 was but 1 and 2 are just iconic nostalgia. I actually remember going to watch the first one in theaters, and I remember a mom ran out, freaking out because she brought her kid, thinking it was a comedy, a kid movie. I don't know what she thought, but when they show the boobs from the original, the first couple minutes from the magazine, and she lost it. But I remember watching it, absolutely love it. And the second one is like with the hand, like, take my hand, man. Oh yeah, I'll stand up and give you a standing ovation. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk away all day, baby. I absolutely love the second one. So about a couple months ago, they were saying that it is coming back. Scary Movie 6 is gonna be coming back, but we have a little update, and the question is Anna Faris, the main chick from the first 4 movies, is she gonna be coming back or not? And she said she would absolutely love to come back, but only 2 reasons would make her come back. One, of course, a good paycheck, money, but the main Reason is Regina Hall. Regina Hall was in the first 4 movies with her along the side. Absolutely hilarious. They're a great 1-2 duo, and she said she would only come back if she got paid, and she was back in it. And I absolutely agree with her. Regina Hall, please come back with Anna Faris to do at least one more scary movie. I mean, this would be a good way to kill you off if you want to, but I absolutely would love to have them come back. And I don't know what they would do for, you know, like the first movie was Scream. I know we did last summer. Like every movie was off a couple movies. And I don't know what they would do this one, but I would absolutely love to have her back. And so we have a little update, and that's really all we have for Scary Movie 6. All right, let's do a little rapid fire. I'm just going to go quick with these little news, nothing too much to talk about. So let's get started off with Halo. The series on Paramount Plus has got canceled, but it looks like it might get picked up by another streaming site. 24, we all remember the TV show with Kiefer Sutherland that is looking like it's going to become a movie. That is in early development. Old Guard 2 is the movie that's on Netflix, and the update with that is it was filmed 2 years ago, and it just has not been put out there. I don't know what's going on with that, but keep your eyes out. We might see that a lot quicker than you think. Shrek 5 was announced not too long ago, but it'll be coming out July 2026. Megan 2.0, the sequel from Megan that was really awesome. I love that movie. The release date was May 16th, 2025, but it got pushed back just a little bit to June 22nd, 2025, and they already start filming this 2 weeks ago. Glenn Powell, he is starting to become the man of Hollywood. He just came out with Twisters, and it was looking like he's going to be taking 2 more projects of remakes. We already know he's going to be coming out with The Running Man, the remake for that, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, but now he is going to be doing a Kurt Russell remake of the 1991 Backdraft, and I absolutely love it. He looks perfectly for that role. I'm all for that. Lately, Donald Trump. Yes, Donald Trump. I know we're talking politics, but the guy that he has announced for his vice president running mate, J.D. Vance. The reason I want to talk about this, he came out of the book called Hillbilly Elegy, and that became a movie. 2020, Netflix, they announced that movie and they filmed it. And I haven't seen it yet because I just heard about it, but my fiance's seen it. The trailer looks awesome. Glenn Close, she I guess was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actress. Amy Adams, and it's directed by Ron Howard, one of the best directors of all time. Hans Zimmer, the composer, you know, the Dark Knight trilogy, The Lion King, and a bunch of one of the greatest composers ever. He composed this, but go check out the trailer for that. So yeah, the vice president, he has a movie that's based upon his life, and that came out in 2020 on Netflix called Hillbilly Elegy. I can't pronounce that. I'm so sorry. Rosemary's Baby, the prequel, it'd be coming out at Paramount Plus September 27th of this year, and the first looks are starting to come out, you know, pictures and all that stuff. So I would say we're getting a teaser or trailer pretty much any day now. Update with Chucky season 4. The update is we don't know nothing yet, and that is not looking good at all, because we would have heard something by now, but the more it is silent, the more we're not hearing nothing. It's starting to look like we're not gonna get a season 4, and it might be a movie, which we don't know what we're gonna do, if it's a number 8 or a prequel or something in between from Don Mancini. That is all the news going on right now, guys. If you like this stuff, like, subscribe, and you know what to do from here, guys. Hope you have a good day. Remember, go Hawks.